Hello, everyone. My name is Nicholas Bento Enns, and I'm a university track cross country distance runner for the University of Ottawa. I'm currently in just finishing my week 6, and this will be my week 6 recap of my cross country season. In this project, I'm trying to break 8:30 in the 3,000 meter, but 3,000 meter track race, but at the same time, I'm also trying to, do well in maybe some cross country, maybe some 1500, maybe some 5000 meter races. However, I've been plagued with injury these past few weeks, as you can see on the screen from weeks 1 to, basically even this week. I've had a minor foot injury. I took some time off, but I learned that I probably ended up taking too much time off. Now, my injury is not really better, but it's not really worse either. So I'm just kind of running through the pain. Although seems like it's getting very slightly better over time. Um, Still an issue. So this was my first week of kind of almost pretty much back to normal. One issue that I have though, or that I'm dealing with, is that sorry, this music is maybe a little bit too loud. Okay, whatever. I'll just do this without music. So one issue that I sort of ran into, which is quite obvious, is that I've lost a lot of fitness. My watch is telling me I've watched a lot of fitness. So I used to be at one point in the aerobic season, around I don't know, somewhere around this time, in week 11, which seems like it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9 weeks ago. I apparently had a 75 VO2 max according to my watch. Currently, I'm at 68. What gives? But honestly, it's even though that's what my watch says, I half believe it because my heart does seem to be like higher than normal or higher than what it was in the summer. But after this week of workouts, I was able to have some really, or at least these last two workouts on Saturday were honestly really solid, pace wise and effort wise. So let's get into it this week. So on Monday, I ended up not. This was typically a workout day. I ended up not doing a workout or any running just because I was super busy. My school work schedule is very front loaded. So I have a lot of things. I have to do a lot of reading on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And then I also have a class Wednesday, but I don't necessarily have to do as much homework for it because it's due on the Tuesday. So in that sense, I just was too busy, and so I just ended up scrapping it. So that's why we have none. That's when my note is very busy. Tuesday, we just did an easy 10 kilometers. So we didn't want to do anything crazy. On Wednesday, so this was my workout. I'll bring it up here. I did just a 3 kilometer warm up as usual, and then I also did my workout. One thing I want to also note is that I think starting last week, I've been doing an extended warm up when I'm at the facility. So this extended warm up is I do 2 sets of pretty much everything. So I have my I have my marches, my well, we call them A's, B's, and C's. I don't know what they call them where you are, but it's essentially marches. A march where you just bring your foot up and then back down. And then your B's are you bring them up, but then instead of going straight down, you're kind of like pulling a little bit on the way down. And so I did 2 sets of A marches, 2 sets of B marches, 2 sets of A skips. So they're doing the same thing, but you're in a skipping motion. And then same for B skips. And then A runs and B runs. And then also C's, which are essentially just butt kicks. But only did 2 sets of just normal butt kicks. You can't really like walk butt kick. I mean, you technically could, but I didn't do it. It's just running butt kicks. So do that, and then do a little bit of like striding slash bounds or bounding. So I did again 2 sets of everything: bounding, straight leg bounding, bounding, but like for height, and then what else? I think that's and then like one. I didn't do this last time, but the time before I was doing like one-legged hops, and I might be doing some more hops. Trying to have a way to just remember it. There's a lot to do, so I just have to remember to do it better. But I actually feel like I'm building this is like good for building speed. And just getting my body used to like running fast. I think when you do a lot of high mileage and a lot of threshold, your body kind of forgets how to run fast. And I think this is a better alternative compared to strides. I don't think strides are necessarily bad. It's just, we do that. I can do this before the workout, and then and I can get all the drills, and I can just focus on building power. So while strides are more like, flushing your lactate out and getting, the blood pumping a little bit. And so yeah, I don't like strides as much, but these are good. Anyways, so the workout was 3 times 10 times these hills. Now it's kind of strange because, as you can see, it says that I'm like walking up 80 meters and then I'm walking down 100 meters, and then I'm walking up 80, and then I'm going down 100. So I think these are closer to like 90-meter hills. And so the grade adjusted pace says something, anyway, I don't know, around like 2:30, maybe 2 to 3 minute adjusted pace. These were tough. Mostly doing all of these in 18 seconds. Yeah, up a hill. I mean, I don't know what else to say. The walk down, sometimes it was a jog down. Often it was just a walk down though, or it was like walk down and then jog. So I'd walk like half of it and then jog the other half. Like I'd walk like the first like, I don't know, 30-35 seconds, and then like the ones where I take 1 minute and 5, I probably walk down the whole way, but when I take like 44 seconds, I'm walking down and then I'm jogging down. They were pretty solid. Oh, and then between sets I took 3 minutes. Solid workout, honestly. Going into like the next day, so for Thursday, I was hurting so much. My legs were, I was so stiff, I couldn't run more. So I could only do like this 13 kilometer, which I think was no, it might have been in the morning. Yeah, it was. And then even Friday, I was still feeling it Friday. And actually, I was feeling it just a little bit on the Saturday. But it just goes to show that, like, man, these hill repeats are tough. Now, before I get into Saturday, just the reason why I'm doing these hill repeats is that I'm trying to build strength and I'm trying to build speed. These are going to be my one hard effort during the week, every week. They might not be hills every time, but I think for now they're going to be hills. I think as I transition onto the track, these will become like 200-meter sprints. Not sprints, sorry, but like 200 meters at around somewhere between 800 and 1500, or maybe even 1500 meter pace. The point is to, really make sure that we want to, okay, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to be an all-around good runner. So what that means is we need to develop our aerobic system greatly, which is why we want to do high mileage. So we develop on one side, I'm gonna see how, okay. On one side, you have your aerobic system. And then just a little bit over, you have our threshold. And then on this side, we have like our sprinting and our like fast pace. And then there's like this small like here, like right in between. This is like 3K pace to like 10K pace. And so instead of like working on 3K pace or like 10K pace, 5K pace, 3K pace, 1500-meter pace, like instead of working on all these different paces separately, what I'd rather do is start on the faster end, start on the slower end, and sort of just, work on these as much as I can and don't work on anything at the middle. This is a big change in philosophy compared to what I was going to do before. Before, the idea was I just want to do as many reps as possible at pace that like I can handle. So, and there's still some truth to that. This I will sort of still end up doing that, but how do I say this? That will come when competition season gets closer and closer. So for now, but when and cross country and stuff like that doesn't really count. But as we get like closer to some races, I will start to do some more runs at that pace. But really, the races are what's gonna make me do more, like at that pace. Like races are their own workout in and of themselves. Anyways, also, just building that, just building speed and power. And honestly, I think I'm the type of runner that responds better to shorter and faster stuff. I think just because of my my muscle like composition, I actually don't think I do really well with like longer efforts, but I've been sort of like forcing myself to do that. So hopefully this goes well. 13K, 15K, nothing too special. Saturday. All right. So first we had a 6x1K in the morning. Now I was going to I might be thinking of last week. Yeah, I'm thinking of last week. Anyways, for this week, I ended up getting like these new shoes. I think they are the Adidas Takumi Sens 8. I think that's what they're called. Sen 8, something like that. And so what I want to do, I just want to be on the track, test these out, see where my fitness is really at, because my watch just kept saying I'm like 68. And honestly, this workout I did 6x K. This is obviously a lot easier than my 10x K, and this was also just a minute rest. I didn't jog or anything. And so that being said, let me pull out the workout part 1. Yeah, so we did 319, 17, 16, 15, 13, 14. Normally, we do these reps at, I think, 320 pace to like 322 pace. And so for us to, I keep saying us, for me, I only say us because I've been taught to really, like, when you're communicating somebody, you want to communicate to them like you're a team. So whenever I'm like talking with like a friend, I usually say like us and stuff like that, just so we, it seems like there's some camaraderie or something, but I really should just be saying me. Honestly, super solid. The first one was honestly, I don't want to say it was the hardest, but it kind of felt like the hardest. This was obviously the fastest, but I was just like going at that time. It wasn't like too difficult. Effort was very solid. I did not feel like I was pushing myself too hard. So very good. Again, I had my long warm-up before this, so that long warm-up actually gets me like a little bit tired, even, so very solid. And then part 2, I'm supposed to do this on the treadmill, but I'm an idiot. I didn't realize that the gym closed at 8. I thought on Saturday it was open till like 10 or something. But apparently both weekend nights it closes at 8 o'clock. So, anyways, we did a 15-minute warm up to get to the canal. Then we did 5 by 5 minute on, 2 minute off. Now this is technically more generous rest, but this is my first time doing like the 2 workouts. I'm doing 5 by 5 minutes, so total we're doing 45 minutes of work. In the summer, our work days would have been, I think, about 33 minutes, give or take. Around 33 minutes of work, and so now we just did 45 minutes of work today. So we started at 3:45. To be fair, we were against the wind for this section, and there was an uphill at the end. If we look here, there's like this uphill and this awkward turn. I don't know if you can... Ooh, what is this? Oh, it's smoothed this. Okay, well, anyways. So, anyways, we're just gonna go back to pace. Second one, a little bit downhill. That's actually why it does say for grade adjusted pace slower, a little slower. It says it here. 326, a slight downhill plus, but honestly, I was just feeling really solid. Pushing it a little bit. I think I ended up chasing these bikers or like cyclists a little bit, trying to catch up. The rest, obviously, just jog rest. And then the next one was apparently even faster, but it felt really solid. And then this one was like a little slower because I'm facing the wind a little bit. And then the last one, again, it just felt really solid. All of these felt really, really great. I had no problem. The only issue is I was focusing on getting my legs up while I was doing this, so it kind of felt like I was pushing too hard, but I don't actually feel like I was never straining during the workout, and I don't want to say I was very relaxed, but I was just a little bit uncomfortable, if that makes sense. I mean, if you're a runner, you would understand. I was a little bit uncomfortable, but I wasn't like in pain, or I wasn't even moderately uncomfortable. I was doing pretty well, and I think my heart rate shows it. Not super high, so yeah, so very solid. And then this morning we did a 14K jog with the team, and then we did a 12K just at the end. And I did this just because I wanted to get to the 110 for this week, but we're so close. So going forward, we're going to stick with this double threshold and keeping our mileage up. The goal is to eventually hit that 140. So we're going to keep a cap on 140 kilometers per week for the rest of the year until nationals track, like a summer track. So one big decision that I've made, well, technically I haven't entirely made it yet, but I can still race OUAs technically. There are no more races until then, so this would be my season opener. But I'm going to talk with my head coach tomorrow, because if I don't do OUAs, then I don't do indoor track. Well, sorry, let me take that back. I don't do indoor track for the university. Now, I think I might have said this in my last video, but I think I'm willing to do this. All this means is that I have to change around my training a little bit. However, just because I kind of want to hold this promise, I'm still going to do indoor track. I will compete as a club member, and I will try to still break 8:30 in this winter, because that's what I said I would do, so I'm going to try to do it. But it does mean I have to change my training a little bit. So instead of focusing on peaking in the during the winter track, I'm gonna have a small stint where I'm gonna try to peak for maybe two or so, maybe 3 or so weeks. But aside from that, I'm gonna fully focus on this threshold and speed route, and then do what I would have done for the winter, but I'll do it in the summer when we get to the summer track season. Aside from that, yeah, I'm fully on my own now. Pretty much training by myself. Try to get people to train with me, but yeah, everyone's I mean, they say they will, but then they bail and they're like, "Oh, sorry, I can't do it this weekend" or something. Which kind of sucks, but I think that's why I'm okay with starting to do more workouts on the treadmill, because if I'm the only one doing this, I might as well do it right. And treadmill workouts seem to be maybe the best way to do this. So, anyways, I'm getting pretty tired. If you have any questions, please, ask away. Thank you for watching. If you're watching, shout out Fred. My shout out to you. But if anyone's watching, thanks for watching. So, yeah. All right. Well, I will see you later. Thanks. Bye.